Good morning. I couldn't sleep without recording. I want to share something that I think worth sharing also, just to give warnings to people who goes in the any parts of what they call this, any body of any part of the body of waters, like the other day, I think mga 5 days ago, I could see in my vision when I went to Boracay. My ex-fiance, Reclosado, has properties there near the in Aklan, but away from that beach where guests usually goes for Boracay vacation. He has a property somewhere within also the island, and I saw that in a vision. He saw those creatures underwater, like half man and half a fish. And I saw in a closer view that they have teeth like that of Jaws. I do not know if I was able to mention this in the vlogs already, but pretty scary. And they look like pretty much like evil from hell, no? In the deep. So ano kaya yung reaction nila dun sa, 'di ba, there is one video clip I was also able to see, that there is a big image of the Blessed Mother na nasa ilalim ng ocean, no? Siguro nahulog ng ship or what. So nakakatakot, is scary, no? Scary. I could remember right now when I had to travel through through a ship going to Cebu from Manila for to enter the convent. I really felt spooky, no? Just looking at the waters. Parang takot ako. Yung pala, yun nga. There's really presence of evil spirits. Kahit naman saan meron, pero meron pong mga accounts I read somewhere that really in the deep, dun din po ang isang place na breeding grounds for evil spirits. And also, there were visions also that I saw in the tower farm of the kings, no? Because nearby is actually by the lake in Caliraya. There were visions that was shown to me, like there are creatures coming from the deep too, no? And it also represents something like that which I saw in Aklan, the vision in Aklan, that they are like human beings, no, with 2 feet, something like that, and they could just get out of the water anytime. So it's quite scary, isn't it? If you have a house near a body of water, and then you would find that there are creatures like that. Aside from serpents, no? Usually, yung mga ganong part ng water, sometimes may mga big serpents dyan, hindi lang yung ordinary snakes. So anytime, you could just imagine if your house is near that place. I would imagine myself really putting up screens like that, and really, securing everything. Kasi anytime, they could just get out of the water and, could do something harm to us, 'di ba, human beings. Ayan lang po, parang information lang sa lahat ng tao na there is that vision in me, that in my vision nga, I could see my ex-fiancé, Rommel, looking at those creatures, no, in the middle of the sea. Yeah, so nakakatakot po, pero it's a reality, no? Meron din ngang mga na-capture na may mga um ano yan, it was shown in some video clips na meron talagang silang nakuhang mga body ng merong ang ulo ay fish, but they have stomach and hands and arms like that of human beings, you know. And I thought it at first that it was like ano in the movies, no, na what do you call that, yung mga ginawa lang ng tao just for the movie purposes or as toys. Tapos yun po yung pinakita sa vision. So for information purposes lang po na merong ganun. Just to give warnings lang, no, dun sa mga divers, yung mga mahilig magpunta sa ilalim ng dagat, to be careful, no. If not with body, no, physical body, spirits, no, spirits. So you need to pray when you go down into the water. Kasi ulitin ko po, noon pa lang sumakay kami sa barko. Para nga I feel cold and you know, takot ako. Yung pala yun, may explanation na ang daming evil spirits sa ilalim ng tubig. And ano pa ba yun? And it was really scary din that when I went to Cebu through ship, the same ship was ano yan, sunk about after a year yata. And that time when we boarded the same ship was quite new. Parang bago pa lang daw yung ship na yun. Malinis, everything. And after a year, because of typhoon, dumubog po yun at ang daming namatay. So, nakakatakot. Anyway, kahit naman kasi anong pamamaraan yung death natin, no? If it's really already meant by the Lord God, it would happen. So, we need to be prepared. Diba? More than being scared of any creature that could harm us, it's really those that factors and spirits and those people who are being used by also the evil spirits to harm our soul, no? To lead us astray. Na yun talaga yung pinaka-mission ng hell creatures, no? Hell spirits that to lead us astray, to deceive us, to lie to us, no? In order for them to win in the battle, convince us, no? Yun lang po ang mariremind ko sa atin lahat na it is really already the what do you call this? Their objective. And it proved to be they are very patient daw. So, ayan, ang dami kong nakikita na mga nag-evolve, na nag-transform, no? It's okay if we transform if for the better, 'di ba? But if for the worst, scary, isn't it? In the social studies that we had in high school, it was one of the factors considered or one of the effects of progress. Example, when we build up malls, when we build up buildings, physically and economically, there were progress. But it's so scary that morality wise, I do not know why it's happening, but it was taken up in our social studies back then. Na usually morality wise, the standard of living gets worse. But for me, it depends, isn't it? It depends. If the progress came from honest money, honest work, okay lang. Morality could still be intact and even be preserved and even be, to get better, something like that. Why is it that that was the declaration of our teacher, in high school? or I think it was also written in the textbooks. But the only explanation that enters into my mind right now is that sometimes the progress nga came from dishonest money, corrupted, or they have offered or has done rituals to offer to Satan, no? Mga hellish rituals wherein they ask for these things, no? And money, progress. So, yun po yung difference noon, no? I am I am quite I don't know why I'm catching my breath here. I could remember right now, I won't mention the name, in another country. There is a congresswoman who through the years were a good model for being Catholic, no, very good Catholic, praying the rosary every day. Actually, she got married with a wealthy man too, good looking. And that man, since very attractive, had several girlfriends too. But when he met the girl, the lady, the only difference that he saw, because beauty, ang dami naman yan, iba-iba, right? She was chosen to be a wife because she made a difference. Why? She was a prayerful woman, no? Pure, not really liberated. All the good qualities of for a wife. But soon enough, they entered politics, and that holy wife got tempted. I think she even had, you know, relations with others and has stolen money. Corruption, no? You know what, guys? Nakakapangit talaga yung ganun. Papangit talaga yung itsura ng tao pagka ganun, no? Nakita ko yung major change dun sa tao, no? Nawala yung, ano niya, tawag dito, nawala yung beauty, no? Kasi nagkaroon ng relasyon sa iba. Nangaliwa! Ikaw ba naman, kaya nagpili ka nga ng ganong babae because you do not want how it is with the liberated world. Example na lang, let's take the extreme example of the show business, 'di ba? Kasi may mga requirements diyan, mga satanic offerings wherein really immorality could not be parang do away with, no? So nakita ko po yung change. Sabi ko parang pumangit siya. Yun pala yun, kung ni quest ko, kumuha siya ng pera, ano, tas she betrayed her husband, in terms of money and in terms of morality. Yun, nahihingal pati ako, dear brothers and sisters, para napapagod ako. Wait. So, yun po. Parang ang daming inspiration sa akin kanina pa, pero hindi ako nakarecord kaagad. So, I'm taking time right now to give priority ano bang mas importante. So, yun po, nakakalungkot lang po na konti na nga lang yung mga ganun sa mundo. Tas na-tempt pa, no? Kasi ang dami daw babayaran, something like that. Pero, doon ko po nakita talagang may major change ano yan, sa tao. No, yung physical appearance. Kasi para na siya naging matanda. I've always been looking at her na parang really pretty, na very young, parang hindi nagbabago yung beauty. Pero through the years with the updates I would find in the internet, mga YouTube uploads, nag-iba po yung itsura. Kasi ko parang naging matanda siya, parang ganyan. Tapos yun po nalaman ko na merong changes because may na-commit na scene. So sana po makabago tayo mga ganyan kahit nagawa mo na yun. Anong pwede mong gagawin para makabalik ka kay God? 'Di ba? It's really a lifetime thing, no, to struggle to fight against temptations. Kahit ako po, may pare na nag-comment na kung nung nasa convent daw ako, namatay ako sa inside the convent, I would go straight to heaven daw. I would agree with him, no? Kasi that time wala pa akong, excuse me, hindi ko na sana na-experience yung mga kung ano-ano, no? Yung mga boyfriends, ganyan. Yung mga boyfriends. Oo nga, kasi nung time na yun talagang pinight ko talaga yung vocation ko, no? Tapos sabi pa ng mga madre na nag-visit sa convent namin. They were the same madres who had a convent, who was assigned to the convent near our house. So they were able to see me when I was working. Tapos nagtatawanan sila na, yun naman, ito naman yung masasabihin ko sa inyo na, kung faithful ka kay God and you have a good prayer life, and then, yung pinananatili mo at least, na wala kang kasalanan, imagine mo yung almost every week naming confession, tapos you are confined in a place na you have a schedule, no? Sometimes you don't have really time to think ng sarili mo, 'di ba? Kasi may schedule. Kada 30 minutes may bell, no? Parang ano ka, structured nga yung buhay kasi convent. So you are pretty much disciplined, no? Tapos ano din, tsaka obedient ka sa schedules, sa kung anong dapat mo lang iisipin, no? Wala kang iniisip na masama. Sabi ng madre, pagpasok ko daw doon sa convent, lalo ka naman bumata daw yung itsura. Tsaka, wala naman po kaming salamin. So, hindi ko naman po nakikita na ano daw, na lumiwanag daw yung mukha ko. Tapos, nagjo-joke pa po. Kasi I was working, so you are required to put on a makeup, di ba? So, sabi pa nung madre, parinig pa na, mas maganda ka nga, sister, na walang makeup nga. Sabi niyang ganun. So, yun din. If we seek for beauty, seek for the spiritual beauty, and it would, it would exude the beauty that's within. No, I could see it in people also, no? Those years. Example niyan, Christian nga siya, no? Parang very faithful din siya sa prayer life, no? Nagme-meditate. Hindi man siya Catholic, oh. Tapos nakikita ko siya parang radiant siya. Classmate ko before sa Eve. And kadate ko nga, yan si Daniel. Yun. Yung holiness ba, ipalabas niya yung beauty natin, inside out. And also, yan po si I have to mention this, si Ian Angelo din. At some point, may nakita din ako sa kanya na ganun. And a lot of people din. Yung mommy ko, alam nyo, kwento ko rin yung mommy ko. My mom also was, everyday po yan nag-rosary. She was a peacemaker. She was a dedicated, devoted high school teacher, home economics teacher. No, she was hard working. In fact, that's the reason why she died in pain of arthritis. Napakasipag po noon. Even if she's working, even if we had maids also at some point, kasi ang dami namin, 6 kami. May yaya man kami noon. Tapos may katulong. Kasi both of them were working, so we could afford it also. And we needed them. So yung mami ko, early pa yan nagigising. Talagang she makes it a point na to cook food for us for the breakfast. Very dedicated. Pagkatapos, alam ko na yung gamit ko. The next morning, kompleto na yan dyan. Hindi ko alam na may baon na sa loob. Something like that. Na may one time pa nga natapon yung Coke. Kasi nilagay niya sa tumbler. O syempre, bata. Ang galaw-galaw ko. Sa bag ko. Tsaka hindi ko alam na may Coke. Natapon yung Coke. Yung ganun po yung mami ko pagkatapos yung sa assignment namin. Like most of moms, no? Tapos ang ano pa niyan sa mami ko, gagawa pa siya ng lesson plan, yung gano'n. Kaya tapos babasa, maghuhugas, magluluto, kung may kailangan damit. Kasi example sa amin, tagtatatlo lang kami no'n ng set ng uniform. So may comes Wednesday, kailangan mo na maglaba for Thursday and Friday uniform. So naglalaba pa yun yung mami ko. Talagang nagkasakit yun ng arthritis kasi pagod, no? Pagod sa work, standing up with long hours, teaching students, and writing, no? If not writing also, they also cook for the university if there are occasions. And she maintained a canteen for the school. Grabe yung function ng mami ko. Tapos after that, she got sick. And then, nung nakita siya ng student niya, hinar siya sa isang hotel sa Naga. So, naging manager din yung mom ko sa isang hotel owned ng Chinese family. So, yun po, yung mami ko napakasipag. Alam nyo nung namatay yung mami ko, ang liwa-liwanag po ng mukha niya. Parang yung lola ko rin. Iba talaga yung ano, iba talaga sabi ko, holy man namatay yung mami ko. Tsaka yung lola ko po. Parang radiant sila. Because you know, the heart, kahit nga yung towards the end, yung mga last years niya, kasi ako yung kasama ng mama and dad ko sa farm. We really reached that point na hindi ko nakilala yung dalawa. Iba na yung behavior nila because both of them got sick, no? And because of pains and the fears, no? Siguro, pumapasok na sa kanila yung death. Maintindihan nyo po yung may mga sakit. Iba talaga yung behavior, no? That's the only time that I've experienced yung mga, ano yan, ang tawag dito? Yung mga hindi nila nagawa sa akin nung kabataan ko, pati pag ano ko na. Kaya, yung sa puso ko, I just immediately lang ask forgiveness. I mean, forgave them. May time pa nga, pinalayas ako ng mami ko, ganyan, ganyan, ganyan. Tapos I immediately, said sorry sa text. Tapos nagagalit na nga yan sa akin na, sorry ka na, sorry. Para siguro gusto niya naman na sagutin ko naman siya, ganyan, ganyan. Oo, talaga nung namatay yung mami ko. Sakit-sakit, traumatic, hindi ko maanuhan. Tinitingnan ko yung body niya kasi, ano yun, sinakay namin sa sasakyan. Sabi ko, radiant yung mukha ng mami ko. Para siyang more than buhay, you could imagine. Kaya hindi ako natakot sa kanya nung sabay-sabay kami dun sa sasakyan na dinala yung body niya. Maliwanag po, kahit po yung lola ko, nakita ko na maliwanag yung muka. So at least both of them died in peace. Also my dad, si Don po ay hindi ko na nakita yung ano niya. Tapos yung sister ko din. And all of us are experiencing pains, diba, na a lot of people already passed away. And I think it's but normal that although we are strong, nobody is really like pretty much prepared for the pains of loss, diba? Of losses, especially of lives. So, it's really a point of reflection to all of us at this point that what are we so busy about, no? What are we wasting time about organizing things to harm other people, to steal from other people, no? Sana umabot na tayo sa point na tama na. Through the years, you've been doing evil things. Through the years, you've been corrupting. Tama na. You could do away with aircon. Tapos, pinoprostitute mo pa yun para ma-sustain mo yung life na ganun. Hindi ko alam kung bakit nahihirapan ako ditong huminga. Yung ganun. But I have to say those things. Kayo lang reflection, my dear brothers and sisters. Isipin mo, iba na yung panahon natin, di ba? Almost 1 year na rin na pumutok yung pandemic. Alam ko na yung virus is like years pa yata andito na sa atin, pero hindi pa siya yung outbreak talaga. Buti nga na-find out sa China, 'di ba? Otherwise, we will not be aware of it. But very obvious naman, 'di ba, na para siyang sunod-sunod na patay in each country. Kaya yun po, ang masasabi ko lang to all, regardless of religion, race, color, tongues, status in life, social standing or status in life, whether you're a government servant or not, whether priest or not, bishop or not, religious or not, we are all faced with the fact that the population is little by little being eaten up already. So, how are we gonna go further with our mistakes, errors, the sins that were mentioned already in my previous vlogs, no? I heard the Koleala said that hindi man lang marunong maggawa daw ng vlogs. Kasi yung sa akin baga, mga scenes baga yun. Natamaan yata siya doon sa mga nakalagay doon na scenes. So parang hindi niya gusto daw yung vlog. Iba naman talaga yun sa akin kasi it's pastoral and ganun yung ways ko, no? Yung pinapakita sa akin ni Lord na yung batang yun, no? High school pa lang yata yung nag-comment na yun. Natamaan siya dun sa mga nakalistang scenes. Because sometimes we have become parang tolerating, no? We made it like trending thing. Yung mga immoralities. Parang may mga nagsasabi na, ano ba yan? Nasa ano na tayo, no? Millennials na. Jesus is the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Wala pong pinagbago sa teachings ni God. Kung ano yung mali noon at kasalanan, the same pa rin ngayon and in the future. Kaya kayo po mga parents, you are very responsible to teach your kids kung ano yung tama. Kung ano yung mga intangible things na or non-tangible things na mas precious pa to any billions worth of money and or even trillion to the highest degree and amount we could possibly have with the highest value of currency in this world could have our spirituality, no, our souls. Wala, naintindihan ko yung batang yun, hindi ako sa'yo nainis, whoever you are who made the comment, kasi nga iba na yung pasok sa isip mo, di ba? Na okay na lang yung prostitution, okay na lang yung padekwat-dekwat, parang okay na lang yung may mga namamatay, no? Na may nagko-comment pa nga, sino pa ba ngayon in this world who have not committed any murder case? Excuse me, it's me. And what about kids? Di ba? Parang ginawa na lang acceptable. Parang pinatrending na lang, no? Viral. Parang corny na yung mga babaeng malilinis. Parang corny na. You make it appear that it's corny and out of place and weird. Those women who are talking about purity, who are struggling enough to preserve themselves, even if they have gone through already a lot, you made it appear that it's really non-acceptable any longer. Those who try and struggle enough for the love of God and neighbor to preserve themselves and, obey the 10 Commandments and beyond with the teachings of the Lord God. Kaya ngayon ang sinasabi ko sa inyo na parang minsan Kung sino ba yung mga prostitute, illegal drug pushers, squatters, land grabbers, nang i-scam sa amin to, samantalang wala naman. May papeles ka ba? Ito po, ito po, ito po. May mga pirma-pirma pa. Na hindi naman. Nako-convince yung mga taong nagtatanong. No? Evil. Because of pride, envy, jealousy, gagawa ng ganon, lie. Tapos yung mga kapitbahay naman, alam naman na nangungupahan lang. Sinusuportahan pa kasi available yung katawan ng anak for prostitution. So you made it acceptable. Tapos yung owner, hinayaan nyo na lang na pinaghaharas, living na in fear yung iba, kung ano-ano na lang ginagawa, vexating, harassing. All of those are seen by the Lord God and counted upon. Ayan, pati nga si Ian Angelo, ang alam ko, katsukaran din yung mga yan. Wala na lamang yung pagka relatives, no? Wala na lamang yung pagkakataon na magkakasama doon sa kumpanya namin. Wala na lamang value yung magkaka-schoolmate kami sa IM. Wala na, doon na lang sila sa mga allowing, no? Those who are easy to be asked sex from. Pag hindi ka nagbibigay, weird yan, mahirap yan, wag niyo yung pagbigyan kasi hindi nag-aano. Parang ginawa niyong normal, no? Yung mga fornications, adultery, concubinages, prostitution. Parang you made it appear that it's normal and it's abnormal for women or men who are trying to avoid those things, struggling also with themselves. Even with the illegal drugs, no, there are circles who are like even boasting na, oh, pag walang illegal drugs, pobre yan, no, walang pambili. Something like that. O, tingnan mo yung nangyari dyan sa Diocese of Albay. No? Ginamit-gamit pa yung tarpaulin ko para maging, ano sila, no? Maging popular. I've seen the changes in them, no? Na alam ko na ako yung punot dulo ng lahat. Na nandun nga ako. Na-expose ko yung, ano, yung miraculous picture. Ala, ginamit nila. Pasosyal na yung mga yun ngayon, no? Wala naman sanang problem if there were changes. Pero nasa simbahan kayo, you are not to live in luxury. Kasi in the first place, the money entrusted to you is not yours. Naglipa na po yung mga gutom at beggars in the grounds of Albay Cathedral. Tapos yung mga empleyado dyan, Chancery Office, tsaka Social Action Center, and Simbag sa Pag-Asenso, SEDP. Naglipa na po dyan ang mga tao po na nahihiling ko na ang iba, they've gone crazy because they've skipped meals. Marami po yan dyan, no? Tapos hihingan yung pare ng, pahingi man daw, father po. Pambili lang ng bread lang. Ay, sinigawan pa ng pare. Hindi na nagbigay, sinigawan pa. Tapos nagpa-party sila sa loob. So, you see the point? Social Action Center. Ang mga babae pa sosyal. After office hours, shenanigans to the max. Making use of the car ng simbahan. Those things are accounted for and will be charged upon all of you. Dahil sa sobra-sobrang donations, yan, nagkaka-afford na ng drugs. No? May nakakita po sa inyo dyan, yan si Angela Basco na girlfriend ng matagal ng panahon ng mga pari, no? Pinaasawa na nga para hindi halata. Nasanay na po yan, nag-umpisa ng bata pa, use. Pa-travel-travel sila lang ng pari. Ano mang gagawin nun doon sa hotel, no? Sila lang dalawa. Sa picture pa lang, sweet na sweet na. Ano pa kaya kung walang camera? Those immoralities, no? Prostituting. May trabaho na yan, naka-employan yan sa ano, sa mga offices. Kulang pa pang shopping anya sa Ayala Malls, pang Hong Kong next month, padre. Shameful. If you will ask me for quality standard and auditing, I'm gonna close down parishes like that. Ako pa yung sinusumbungan ng guard, no? Parang alam niya, parang I felt both bad and good because I felt bad because it's a bad news. I felt good somehow because it meant to say that the guard trusted me to be in authority. Do you get me? Paano naman yung magsusumbong sa akin, 'di ba? Na hindi naman ako nagtatanong. Basta na lang po ako sinabi na yun daw dalawa pumunta na naman kung saan. Parang pati po sila, no, their priest there. Pati po yung mga guards yun, is fed up of covering and observing you people doing irregular and immoral things. Nakakalungkot po talaga ako, maiyak ako sa ganong situation. Yung allowance ko naman din is limited. Pero pag meron po ako talaga, sacrifice ko na lang yung mga snacks na yan. Umaabot-abot naman po ako. Pero paano talaga yung mga ganon, di ba? Social Action Center is supposed to be the office thinking about these people. How they could come up with livelihood programs na hindi naman maging beggar yung mga taong yun. Lifetime. Diba? Ang daming budget. May mag-donate lang 100,000. I-chop-chop mo yan. Kung yung 10 o 20 dyan na naka-standby sa grounds, mabigyan mo ng kabuhayan yung bawat isa. Then you did your job. Alam nyo, pagpunta ko dun sa Social Action Center, fully air-conditioned, bagong-bago yung, yung opisina. Kasi Father Rex Arjona came from Asian Institute of Management too. So, may mga changes na ginawa, may developments, which is not bad. Pero naman, naka-aircon yung mga tao, guys. Nakaangat pa yung paanong isa. Lahat naka-gadgets. Wala mang ginagawa. Parang ginawang kumpanya. Kaya yung mga corruption things, very much rampant and apparent in the churches and foundations supposed to be giving out livelihood programs that is sustainable, lifetime, and resilient in the society. Kaya nangyayari po, kung sino yung nakapasok dyan, ano sila, yung painggusto, disrespectful po pati. Kasi sinabihan ko po na, tano man Mr. Ararong kamo kaiyan, kadakulon dyan ning beggar everyday. Lamang kamo kayo naiisip programa para sa inda. 'Di ba? Itong di lamang kamo makaduruhol dyan ning tinapay lamang for the day. Tego nga ni po dumaning beggar na dakulaon na lalaki. Minsan baga, i-judge tayo na, dakulaon nga. Hindi ka nagtatrabaho, something like that. Pero nahilig ko duman sa lalaki, garo,